two things. Number one, we're joined by meteorologist Taylor Stephenson. And number two, there's been an 11 a.m. update. We have new news, new information when it comes to Hurricane Melissa. Taylor, one, how are you today? Two, the update.
That's so kind of you to ask how I'm doing. I'm good.
Good.
It's my Friday, so anytime that it's my Friday, it's a good day. And it's Halloween weekend, so I'm off for a while. So I'm excited to just enjoy Halloween.
Well, let us just say that local impact news, live impact news can get heavy at times.
It can.
As it should. There's a lot going on in the world that we got to pay attention to. So thank you for bringing a breath of fresh air and positivity into our studio today.
You too. Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty and then we can go talk about Halloween stuff afterward.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting to the nitty gritty. This is Hurricane Melissa, of course, unfortunately leaving behind destruction in Jamaica. And as this system exits Cuba, we'll probably get some images. Now, the difference between the intensity and the timing of when we'll really see what's the word I'm looking for? The impacts of what happened in Cuba and Jamaica. One, for Jamaica, the sun was setting, and it was kind of more of like this is like going through during the day, and then and once it passed through, the sun was already set, so we had to wait till this morning or until they get communication back to see those images. Now that it's about 11 a.m. and now officially the Hurricane Center says Melissa Center is off of the island of Cuba over the waters now of the Bahamas, Now we probably will see some damage reports because we have a lot more daylight, but two, also the storm was not as intense as it went through Cuba compared to Jamaica, where maybe there are some communication outages in Cuba, but not as widespread, most likely as Jamaica. So right now, here's Hurricane Melissa, 11 a.m. update, winds 100 miles per hour, sustained gust up to 120 miles per hour, moving northeast at 14 miles an hour. Pressure continues to rise. Those winds continue to really start to subside a little bit more. I want to zoom in kind of quickly here to show you, if I can get it to move here. I want you to see how Melissa was super symmetrical when it was going through Cuba, as it kind of tried to strengthen over the really small amount of water there between Cuba and Jamaica. And now look at this system. It's just all the thunderstorms are kind of pushing to the right side of the storm. So very unorganized compared to where it was, just about 24 hours ago, even about 12 hours ago. So of course, hurricane warnings in effect now for the Bahamas as they're starting to get lashed by those outer bands. The center of Melissa about to cross through the Bahamas. Turks and Caicos also getting some of those tropical storm force winds this morning. So with that being said, the 11 a.m. update, the 5 p.m. updates, the 11 p.m. updates, the 5 a.m. updates give us new cones. And so this is the newest updated cone here for Melissa. Right now, again, a Category 2, about 1,000 miles or 1,005 miles southwest of Bermuda, 150 miles south of the central Bahamas. And so it's right up on the Bahamas, forecast to continue as a Category 2 storm through the Bahamas and then heading up towards Bermuda. As it does so, it will still maintain its hurricane strength. Clarence Town, one of the places that are in the way of Melissa as it treks through the Bahamas. And then by late Thursday into Friday, that's when we're going to see the impacts of Category 2 Hurricane Melissa as it passes by Bermuda. So here's an update on those tropical alerts across the Caribbean at the moment, and you'll see that Jamaica has been released from all tropical alerts for today, and obviously as Melissa continues its trek towards the Bahamas, those impacts becoming few and far between for Jamaica now. But of course, what we're focused on is the devastation left behind and what's going to be seen of what's left in parts of western Jamaica. We do have hurricane warnings in effect for Cuba, tropical storm warnings in effect for parts of central Cuba, tropical storm warnings still in effect for all of Haiti, also as you get into the Turks and Caicos. Additionally, we do have hurricane warnings in effect for the Bahamas and a hurricane watch in effect for Bermuda. So what we are looking at right here is just the estimate now of the rainfall totals across the Caribbean of what's to come, not what has happened. Again, remember the Hurricane Center said a while ago that they can see up to 15 to 30 inches of rainfall in parts of Jamaica And now we could add an additional maybe 4 to 6 inches in the southwestern portions of Haiti, maybe another 2 to 4 inches in some isolated places around Cuba. But for Clarencetown and the Bahamas, we could see anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rainfall through Friday. So we are talking, there's still the potential of some flash flooding. We also have the concern for some of that rougher surf and the concern for storm surge. So here's what the Hurricane Center says this morning with their 11 a.m. key messages for eastern Cuba. Life-threatening storm surge, flash flooding, landslides, and damaging winds are ongoing this afternoon. Remain in a safe shelter. For the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, hurricane conditions, life-threatening storm surge, and heavy rainfall are expected across portions of southeastern and the central Bahamas. Find a safe shelter and allow for local officials' guidance and to follow that. Tropical storm conditions, heavy rains, and significant storm surge are expected in the Turks and Caicos Islands today. So, but they also tell Bermuda that hurricane conditions and heavy rainfall are expected beginning late Thursday through Thursday night. And also for Haiti and the Dominican Republic, catastrophic flash flooding and landslides are expected across portions of Haiti and the DR through today. In Haiti, extensive damage and isolation of communities is likely, especially around that southern peninsula. So, tropical storm conditions are expected through this afternoon. So still very impactful in terms of the hurricane itself, but obviously not that historic Category 5 storm that we were witnessing just this time yesterday. Because remember, this time yesterday on Live Impact News, Melissa was just about to make landfall in parts of Jamaica. So still watching as Melissa continues to batter parts of the Caribbean. Now, for those who are wondering why we may have not seen as much damage from Jamaica, it's because they most likely have a loss of communication, a loss of power. Unless they are on the Starlink, they cannot access power or communication right now. Once they start to get that up, and you can see some of that destruction there in the Caribbean, once they start to get the communication lines back up, and we can probably start seeing more images out of what's happening. A lot of people who we have from ABC are on the eastern side of the island, which was not the most hard hit with those hurricane force winds there in the western side of the island. So we will see what happens. But as you can tell, Sarah, is this a live image from Jamaica?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
this is Montego Bay.
Yep.
Okay, and Montego. Oh, go ahead.
It's been a little blurry because I think the service isn't that great right now.
Yeah, but you can see, I mean, Montego Bay was kind of right in that path of hurricane force winds, and you can see all the trees are down. And
power lines there.
Yeah, very muddy, very muddy. Because remember, we were anticipating landslides and mudslides. So, unfortunately, the destruction is there in Jamaica. So, we'll get more images out of Jamaica, more images out of Cuba, and of course, images out of Bahamas as they are next in line kind of for that center Melissa to pass through. So, that's the 11 a.m. update for Melissa. And hopefully this storm will keep on going and hopefully cause the least amount of damage it can. Again, our hearts are still out there with those who are affected by Hurricane Melissa. You can also, if you are wanting to help those in the community there in Jamaica, the Mercy Chefs here based in Hampton Roads, they are taking donations and they will be serving hot meals. So there are ways to help. Also, you can find me on Instagram at TDSTARZ. And I have posted a few links via Essence on my Instagram story of where to donate. American Red Cross is also helping with this effort so that you can give to these local communities who will need the help over the coming weeks and months.
Yes, absolutely, Taylor. That is a great note to kind of finish on. Is you can refer to some of Taylor's resources, Mercy Chefs, Red Cross. If you want to get involved, if you want to help and donate, there are resources there. And I just wanted to double check. We will have a story in our 6 o'clock show today on Mercy Chefs who are going to be helping in Jamaica. So keep your eyes out on our 6 p.m. show. Following our 6 p.m. show, it'll likely be on 13newsnow.com. If you want more information on Mercy Chefs or anywhere else where you can help, refer to Taylor's resources or some of the things we have here on 13 News Now as well. So excellent. Thank you so much, Taylor. And while Jamaica has seen the worst of it and they kind of have emerged on the other side, and while in that live feed we do see, I mean, that angle, you can see the destruction, right? I mean, there's just trees everywhere. There's debris throughout the ground. It is good to see people out and about walking around each other. So that at least is provides a small amount of encouragement.
Right.
Community hopefully coming together to try to start to recover from this. But that destruction is clear in that one live shot that we have there. And as you said, more to come. And other areas of the Caribbean that now have to deal with Hurricane Melissa as it moves throughout the area. Just great job covering this from beginning to end.
Thank
and
you.
you can see more from Taylor at 4 o'clock today.
Oh no! Today's my Friday. I'm off. So after this,
Okay.
I'm
This
done.
is your last thing?
Yes, my last thing.
Oh, man. Okay. That is one. But I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
I am overtaken with jealousy in this moment, but I'm also very happy for you. But all of our entire team will continue to monitor Hurricane Melissa, and our entire news staff will continue to monitor the aftermath in Jamaica as sort of the eyes of the world are on that country, trying to help it get back on its feet.